Week 7 of the GBA is upon us and the Bullet Punch Club are still number 1 with a 6-0 record. Our opponent this week is someone who we are no strangers to, Q the Costa Rican and the Chicago Dragapults, possessing a very dangerous team full of threats such as Dragapult, Terra Iron Moth, and Scizor. Of all the opponents we faced thus far, this may be our toughest challenge yet. So let us see what we brought. Starting off, we got the Punisher, Modest Choice Specs Hisuian Braviary with Esper Wing, Psychic, Hurricane, and Heat Wave. Q has no dark types. Esper Wing is super spammable. This set in every way grants immediate progression for the Bullet Punch Club, as every time I get a free switch in, I am guaranteed to put a massive dent in him, no questions asked. Of course, we now gotta look towards our Revenge Killer that can take down his speedy offensive threats. Enter Choice Scarf Galarian Zapdos. Now, this is another Pokemon with 0 switch-ins. Got 2 of the most spammable moves in the game, and with enough chip damage, this can straight up put a lot of work against him. The last 2 moves are pretty much filled. With such offense, it's time for our defensive backbone. Enter our resident BPC MVP, Uxie with Stealth Rock, Encore, Zen Headbutt, and Thunder Wave. This is one of my pseudo switch-ins to his Iron Moth. With this investment, I can pretty much ensure that I avoid a 2-hit KO from most of his variants, unless of course he decides to straight up run Terra Fire, Choice Specs, Overheat. Thunder Wave is super spammable against this team for speed control, and Encore is just so that I can stop Dual Dance Enamorous from putting in the hurt on me. This brings us to our lead. Spadef, Okaberry, Goldengo with Shadow Ball, Nasty Plot, Make It Rain, and Thunder Wave. Once again, I cannot undersell how much of a massive threat Iron Moth is against me. This set is designed to account for almost all of his leads and act as a potential cripple for that Moth of his, because once I paralyze it, a lot of doors are opened up for me. The Okaberry ensures that I can take a Specs Terra Fire Overheat from it, which is amazing from a long-term standpoint. I'm definitely seeing this paying great dividends for us. But obviously, with all these Pokemon, I need a concrete answer for his Dragapult. Enter Assault Vest Azumarill. It's heavily invested this week because Specs Dragapult is insanely spammable against me. And with this investment, I actually get 4-hit KO'd by Modest Specs Shadow Ball. Thunderbolt obviously does a lot of damage to me, but it's actually a roll in my favor to not get 2-hit KO'd if Specs Modest. I do think that its typing will make it a great glue for my team, so I'm very excited to utilize it. Last but not least, we got Terra Flying Physically Defensive Dragonite with Flamethrower, Hurricane, Roost, and Chilling Water. Basically, this is my answer to a Scizor, which otherwise absolutely demolishes my team. Chilling Water may be a weird choice, but there's a reason for all of that. Iron Hands is a problem, and with the set I'm using, it is definitely a potential switch-in. However, by catching him with a Chilling Water, in the event of it not being Swords Dance, I can actually 1v1 it with the stat drops, which in itself gives me a great amount of leverage. Dragonite has never failed me and always acted as my glue, and I think that this week will be no different. So yeah, that's the team for this video. If you're enjoying it by any means, please do like and subscribe, as I'm on my way to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I can only do that with all of your lovely support. And without further ado, let us move on to the game. Ready to go against our boy, Q the Costa Rican. And yeah, as far as the matchup goes, he pretty much brought all the 6 Pokemon that I expected him to, which is pretty sick. I know for a fact that my Choice Specs, my Choice Specs Hisuian Braviary goes absolutely insane against him. So the more I'm able to come in on this thing, the better the odds of me coming out as a victor shall be. But yeah, my lead for this week is 100% going to be my Kazuichika Okada, as that is exactly what we are going to lead off with. And hopefully, we shall be able to continue our winning streak. I'm a bit nervous, admittedly, but yeah, I do think that when it's all said and done, I should be able to, pressurize him to the point where my offense is able to out-offense his. So yeah, have fun to you, my man, and let us see exactly how this match goes. Okay, so he is going to lead off with his Gauge, the Scizor right here, and now makes absolute sense. This thing has a phenomenal matchup against my team, so it makes sense for him to, just straight up lead off with this Pokemon here and now. I'm not gonna play around with this thing in the event of this thing being Thief or something. I'm going to pretty much just get on out of here right now. Yeah, like the main idea of my Goldengo was to potentially catch his Iron Moth. But you know, if this thing ends up being Choice Bandit Thief, then that actually is gonna be able to knock me out. Why was there another Dragonite in the background? What the hell? So I'm gonna be able to go out into my LA Knight, the Dragonite, as he is going to straight up go for a Swords Dance. Okay. If that is how he wants to go at it, then that is exactly how we shall go at it. As I'm gonna click Flamethrower right now, and pretty much see exactly what happens. Why are there 2 Dragonites? Yeah, Q's gonna pretty much make the very aggressive play turn 1, which makes sense, honestly, because... Okay, so he's gonna opt to switch out. I was really worried for a second if he was gonna be some weakness policy or whatever shit, but he's gonna go out in his big Bertha, the Hippowdon. And that makes sense, because with this, he will most certainly be able to get rid of my... multi-scale, which makes sense. As right now, Dragonite versus the Hippowdon. So, if I were a betting man, I do think there's a very good shot of this thing being physically defensive as all hell, because that Flamethrower did over 20% to him. So, taking that into consideration, I have like a multitude of plays. I could actually just stay in and Hurricane, which is a 2-shot on this thing. Alternatively, I could just go out into my Hisuian Braviary and just absolutely destroy something here and now. So, Wyndham, your time is now. I'm going to go out into that, as he's likely going to take this as the opportunity to get up Stealth Rocks on his side. But yeah, that's a very good long-term thinking on Q's behalf, because in doing so, he's going to be able to pretty much break my Dragonite's multi-scale. He's going to go for an Ice Fang. Okay, that makes sense, but... okay. No, come on. You gotta be serious. Are you serious? Oh no, why is this happening? This is not good. Are you serious? Come on. Heatwave doesn't even burn. Heatwave doesn't even taunt that Fang. So come on, Wyndham. I'm gonna need you to pull through for me, bro. Come on, get out of here. Oh my god. Okay, so he's gonna be able to get the freeze. He's gonna be able to get the freeze, and he's gonna be able to set up his Stealth Rocks. Yeah, like from a pressure standpoint, this was a very important turn for me, because like literally my Hisuian Braviary is the Punisher of this team. And for him to get the free turns like this is just really unfortunate, but hey, that's just how Pokemon is being right now. Yeah, come on, breakthrough, bro. Please, Wyndham. Oh, he's gonna thaw out. Please hit the Hurricane. Please hit the Hurricane. Oh, you're gonna be able to land the Hurricane, and down goes. Oh yes, he's actually gonna be able to lead that. Huh? All right, come on, hit yourself. Hey, bro. I'm sorry about that, but like, come on. It's only fair. Hit yourself right now. There we go. Yeah, he's gonna be able to hit himself in confusion, and we're gonna be able to knock this thing out. But yeah, down goes the Hippowdon, which, I mean, is good on paper, but unfortunately, like, I feel like the damage has already been done to my Wyndham. The damage has already been done to my Hisuian Braviary, which is very unfortunate, because like from an offensive standpoint, this thing does so much against him. I'm at 40%, so I do think that I'll be able to take at least one more round of Stealth Rock damage. He's gonna go out into his Ham Sandwich, which would have to be his Dragapult. So he's gonna be able to go out into his Dragapult right now, which is a bit concerning in the sense that he can actually go for a Thunderbolt if he so wishes. Like, it's a 90.2% chance to 2-hit KO after Stealth Rocks. So I have 15 seconds left, and I'm not sure exactly how to proceed with this. Oh boy, do I let this go down? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, whoops. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, he's gonna actually set up a substitute. Okay, fair. Come on. Hit this. Alright, Wyndham is just straight up coming through for us, guys. This is amazing, because like right now, since I know exactly what variant his Ham Sandwich is, I'm actually gonna be able to capitalize on this, as he happens to be the leftovers. Yeah, that makes sense. While that still doesn't, make me any less afraid of the prospect of having to deal with his, make me any less afraid, it does make me a bit relieved, because I will not have to deal with that Choice Specs Dragapult absolutely mucking my entire team. Because yeah, like Modest Thunderbolt, especially after Stealth Rocks, very much 2-hit KO'd it, even though I'm like heavily invested in Spadef. But yeah, out comes the biggie right now. as what is it that he is going to do. He's gonna go for Dragon Darts. Alright, I'm gonna catch him on that. Perfect. And yeah, here so here in this situation, he could go out into a multitude of Pokemon. I would assume that he could go out into Scizor or something else along those lines. And honestly speaking, I mean, there's nothing stopping me from just clicking Play Rough here. If I want to make the safe play, because in case he wants to be that guy and go for a Will-O-Wisp, go for a Will-O-Wisp burn or something, then I'll just look like an absolute dunce. And at the same time, his Scizor does not get any recovery whatsoever. So I'm actually gonna just click Play Rough right now. Yeah, it's gonna switch out. Maybe I should have this Liquidation. But in either case, he's gonna go out in his Glamorous, the Enamorous, as I am going to go straight for a Play Rough. That does really good damage. And he is the Rocky Helmet. Okay, makes sense. But see, this is not a bad situation for me at all, guys. Because when it is all said and done, like, me getting chip damage on this Enamorous is gonna go a long way towards setting up an endgame for my Chocobo towards absolutely going insane against him. And there are like a lot of things that I could dedicate to here now, but I mean, my Dengo is like Spadef as all hell. And if I go out into this, I can just pretty much be able to threaten something out and get nice chip damage off courtesy of a Shadow Ball or a Make It Rain. As I'm gonna go out into that here and now. He is going to go straight for a Moonblast. That is not going to do any damage to me. Please don't get a Spadef drop on me. Alright, cool. So he's not going to be able to snag a Spadef drop on me. And now in this situation, I'm going to assume that he would want to go out into his Iron Hands. So that's why I am not going to Make It Rain right now. So I think I'm going to actually Nasty Plot here. If he wants to make the aggressive play, I would assume that he would want to go out into his Iron Moth. But he's gonna go out into his Iron Manos, which is gonna be his Iron Hands, and this is a pretty good situation for me, because right now with my Dengo, I do think that I'm gonna be able to take any single hit from his Iron Hands, unless he is fully offensive. But I do think that I'm pretty much inclined to just get damage off on this thing, because if I'm able to do that, this is gonna like open things up really well for my Hisuian Braviary, which I do think is a very worthwhile trade-off in this scenario. But yeah, I'm so relieved, man. I like when my Hisuian Braviary. Okay, so I'm gonna do an overhead to this thing, which is amazing. As he's gonna counter punch, he does not have Earthquake, as he is not gonna be able to snag a paralysis off on me, which is amazing. As right now, my play is to pretty much just attack this thing once again with Shadow Ball. Yeah. I'm gonna attack this thing once again with a Shadow Ball, because once I'm able to like get this thing out of the way, it opens up a lot for my for my other offensive pieces. Because Iron Hands is the kind of Pokemon where you need to get as much damage off on this thing as you possibly can, because otherwise this thing ends up being that much of a threat, because it just takes every single one hit. So yeah, down goes the Iron Hands, which is really amazing, as Goldengo is just really out here coming through and putting the team on its back. You love to see it. As out comes the Iron Pizza. Yeah, that's the Pokemon that I was very much worried about. And as of here, so basically his Enamorous is like super chipped down, his Hippowdon is dead, and so is his Iron Hands. So I wouldn't say we're in a bad, no, I think we're in a really commanding position, because we can set up an endgame with Brave Bird from my Galarian Zapdos if I play my cards right. But yeah, in this situation, I have absolutely no reason I mean, like, while keeping my Goldengo around for that Enamorous is good, like, because he's Rocky Helmet, I have a very good probability of being able to take it down. Take it down with my other offensive pieces. So yeah, I'm actually just gonna let this thing go down. Let's see exactly what he wants to go for. Okay, so he's gonna Terrasilize. Is he gonna be a Grass? That is the question. I mean, I see hues of Grass. Alright, okay, no, so he is gonna be Terrafire. Yeah, I had a feeling it was gonna be that. Like, it was a toss-up between Terrafire and Terra Grass for him, because if I'm gonna be completely honest, this thing is like this thing doesn't lose out much from being able to beat Terrafire, because it just grants him immediate progression with his pieces. But while he is going to be able to knock out my Goldengo, which is very unfortunate, this does give me a very free switch in into my honorary Ooks. I'm not gonna go out in my Biggie because I'm not confident about the prospect of it eating a Sludge Wave. And also, I don't think, you know, me letting this thing get chipped down is necessarily the play to make right now. And I would have alternatively gone in my Chocobo, but if it's Choice Scarf, then I'm gonna look like an absolute dunce. So yeah, narrow things down. I'm just gonna opt to go out into my Honorary Ooks. And this is where I am going to grace my friend with some very nice Yellow Magic. Okay, I don't know why I just said it like that, but yeah, I'm gonna go out in my Honorary Ooks. All right, Ooksy, I'm gonna need you to hit this one, bruv. I'm gonna need you to hit this one. If you can hit this one, that would put us in such an amazing position. Please come through for your boy. I'm gonna need you to do that. You're the Honorary Ooks, okay? You're the BPC MVP, but he's gonna have to switch out. I'm assuming he's gonna go out into Scizor, which would make sense. Yeah, he's gonna have to go out into Scizor, as this Thunder Wave is thankfully going to be able to connect. And this puts us in a good situation because while Scizor isn't the fastest Pokemon in the world, I'm gonna go out in my Dragonite because this thing is physically defensive as all hell. I can take any single hit you could want to go for. I'm fairly certain I can do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go out in my Dragonite as he is going to unfortunately end up getting paralyzed. Sorry about that, bruv. Really sorry, but you know, in this situation, like, this is what I have to do. This is what I have to do to come out as a victor here. So yeah, I am going to see, I have options here. I can either go for a Flamethrower or I can go for a Hurricane. Does he want to stay in is the question. Because 55.3 to 63.9. I don't think you're going to stay in. Personally, I don't think you have any business staying in. Yeah, he's going to opt to switch out right now. And now I'm going to be able to get a Terra boosted Hurricane off on him. And I think that's pretty amazing. Because with this, I'm going to guarantee myself the prospect of being able to set up a situation where my like Galarian Zapdos is just gonna come in and go absolutely ham on him, and I have absolutely no reason in the world to let my Dragonite take any damage whatsoever. As we're gonna click Hurricane right now, and this is where we're gonna unfortunately miss. I'm not gonna like, you know, be salty about that because I admittedly have been pretty lucky in being able to land all my Hurricanes. Right, so his Iron Moth with a Sludge Wave, that's 42.8 to 51%. And I'm gonna be able to survive this thing comfortably, but I do think that this is where I'm gonna need to stack on my Hisuian Braviary, because in doing so, I will be able to grant myself a scenario where I would be able to go out into my Gyarados potentially afterwards. But then again, like, I don't even know what set this thing is, so yeah, it's a bit tough. But I do think that, you know, this is the play to make right now. By keeping my thing healthy, I will be able to potentially open up a scenario where I will be able to like capitalize well. So I could go out in my Gyarados here. Yeah, I think I risk it. Chocobo, your time is now. So this may actually come back to bite me. This may potentially come back to bite me if I do not play my cards right. But I'm gonna click Brave Bird right now. Yeah. Actually, now, why did I do that? Should have just gone in my Uxie. Yeah, I was just being impatient there. Because the reason I say that wasn't the right play to make is because if I was able to land this Hurricane, I would have felt far less reservations towards going out into my Galarian Zapdos. But once again, when I don't know what set this thing is, so he's gonna switch out and let one of his pieces take a lot of damage. He's gonna let Enamorus take the damage. Makes sense. Yeah, that is going to make a lot of sense here, as I unfortunately don't think that kills. I do think this kills. Yeah, I think this kills. Chocobo, do your thing. I do very much think this kills. Yeah, down goes the Enamorus Therian of his, and while he is going to get a lot of chip damage off on me, the fact remains unchanged that that puts me at 30%. So I'm gonna be able to actually take one more round of Stealth Rocks, if it so has to come down to it. But yeah, I don't think ultimately I don't think like I made the best sequence here, because like my Gyarados just took all this damage for no reason. As out comes the Scizor, this thing is still paralyzed, so you tell me, bruv. You tell me. As I'm gonna once again go out into my Dragonite. This thing is my answer to it. I don't really have much of an alternative when facing it down. So like this match can still go any way. But I'm not gonna let my Galarian Zap, my Chocobo go down now, because I do think that it, like, just being able to get off one more hit is very good. We're gonna have to go for Swords Dance. Makes sense. That is going to make sense, as I am going to click Flamethrower. I'm a I'm a fat as fuck Dragonite. My multi-skill would have been intact, but no, he's not. He's actually gonna like back out from that. Makes sense. I respect that. As out comes the Iron Pizza. As this flamethrower is gonna do obviously negligible damage to it. And this is where I'm kind of regretting the prospect of actually terrestrializing into a flying type, because now I just realized that flamethrower is a neutral hit for him, meaning that he has no reason to click that right now. But yeah, I'm not gonna let my Dragonite just take unnecessary damage. That'd be like so stupid on so many levels. Okay, so flamethrower is actually gonna do a lot of— oh shit. Okay, Uxie, I'm gonna have to let you take this one, bruv. What is going on? No. And also, I just realized that, actually no, there was no way for me to check actually, because I was sacking it off. So 138, he's gonna— okay, so he's gonna be Terrafire Overheat. Makes sense. All right, 138, 28. My god. 138 minus 28 divided by 1. See, I have a calculator now. I'm not gonna make the same mistake again, because I'm really bad at math. Okay, so that is 60.4% to me. That means he is not Specs. Overheat? Yeah, okay, so it doesn't actually kill me from here, which is sick. But I am not going to play around with this. Actually, I'm gonna get my rocks up. Yeah, I'm gonna get my rocks up, because you're not playing around with this. Like, I'm not gonna let you get a free chance towards being able to do whatever you want. All right, so I'm actually gonna be able to leverage this turn really well, because by getting rocks up, I will at the very least be able to guarantee the prospect of him being in Aqua Jet range. So that to me is a very worthwhile endeavor to be dedicating to right now. Now, I would be choking on the fattest of cocks if I decided to stay in here and attack it, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna once again go out in my LA Knight, and with the rocks up, his Iron Moth is not gonna be able to get much free switch-ins against me, which I think is really, really good. Right. So out comes the Megastar. He's gonna click U-turn. Good play on his behalf. Definitely good play on his behalf. As now, this could potentially be problematic. If I had just, you know, like, chosen to not terrestrialize, he would have been in a far more— it would have been in a considerable tougher scenario. But he's gonna be able to go out in his Iron Pizza, and it's not gonna take any damage. So this thing is actually heavy duty boots. All right, fair enough. So this thing isn't— so Aqua Jet does 59.3 to 73.9. So unfortunately, this thing is not in range yet, which I find really, really saddening, as I guess you could say. So it does 40 to— I'm terrifying though. 80 to 94.4. So yeah, you definitely kill me. Oh shit! No! You're not— not this time. Not this time. This time. Yeah. So I'm gonna actually opt to go out into my. So here I'm gonna pretty much just have to go out in my Honorary Ooks. I don't really have much of a play otherwise, as he is going to click Sludge Wave. Makes sense. Yeah, that definitely makes sense for him to do that. It's unfortunate how the sequence is playing out. I feel like the Hurricane would have really helped me there, but once again, like, I was able to get some well-timed paras on him, so I can't really, you know, whine in the slightest. So the reason why I don't want to go on my Gyarados is because this— okay, wait, how do I do this? How do I do this? Oh man, yeah, I guess I have to go on my Gyarados. I guess the other play was going on in my Azumarill there, which honestly I could have done that if I had just done that. That would have been actually better for me in the long run. Zapdos, Chocobo versus his Iron Moth. Yeah, I'm not a fan of how I'm playing this. I think I have to Brave Bird, as unfortunate as it is. Oh man, so, like, this is a very close game. Regardless of what happens, one thing we can say for sure is that, like, we We gave it our all here. But yeah, he's gonna be able to go out into his gauge, the Scizor, which he's done like really well to keep healthy. So props to him for sure. As I'm gonna let my Galarian Zapdos here go down, and that may actually be really bad for me. Oh boy. So he said lefties. Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense for him to be leftovers here. So yeah, I mean honestly, I should have just gone in my I should have just honestly gone out into my Azumarill there. Cause I feel like I actually ate that. Like if I had just done my calcs more with with the time that I had, then this situation likely would not have been happening at all. And that is completely on me, guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think I have to click Hurricane. I have to count on a choke or some shit. Okay, so he's gonna opt to go for a Bullet Punch. Makes sense. There's the Hurricane, bro. Okay, no, so now Dragonite's gonna be able to hit it. Okay, fair enough. As down goes the Scizor of his. That's fine. But what is not fine, unfortunately, is the fact that he has a very healthy Iron Moth to go out into. Yeah, I could have just roosted there. Man, like today's not my day. Oh man. So he's gonna go out into his ham sandwich. Okay. Oh fuck. I see what he's trying to do. Alright, I'm gonna have to Hurricane here. Does my Scizor... Okay, so he's gonna have to go for a Dragon Dance. Makes sense. Alright, come on. Buddy. Knight, I'm gonna need you to hit this one, bro. I'm gonna need you to hit this one. Please. Please, 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 please. There we go. We're gonna be able to land our Hurricane. Okay, this is amazing. This is really amazing because I think that is unfortunately not gonna be able to come close to us. That is unfortunately not gonna be able to knock him out. Ah, man. Okay. All right. I mean, in this scenario, I have to click Flamethrower because I would rather not him be able to, potentially be able to survive an Aqua Jet. Because if I keep my Biggie healthy, I do think I can potentially win this one. Come on. All right. Oh man. All right. So he's gonna Phantom Force. Makes sense. Because this way he's gonna be able to get more leftovers recovery back. I can't even calc. Whether I live this or not. But you know what? I'm physically defensive. I'm a physically defensive Dragonite. If there's any hit I can potentially live, it's this one, I think. So, physically defensive. Come on. No! My Dragonite is gonna be able to hit this one. Live this one. I'm sorry for overreacting. But yeah, Flamethrower is man. Fuck. Holy shit! This is so nerve-wracking. I mean, I don't know what else I could have done, guys. I mean, like... Oh, no. Fuck. I think I just choked this one away. If I just roosted there, I could have won. Oh, shit, man. That's so unfortunate. No! Yeah, I really think I flubbed there. I really think I flubbed there big time. Because if I just roosted there, then chances are I would have been able to actually survive that. But it's really unfortunate to see Flamethrower not be able to get it done. Ah, man. As now in this situation, I have to go out into my Azumarill. And I think I lose this one. Because, I mean, honestly, like, I would say Q played this one really well. And I did not play this one to the best of my abilities. Because there's a lot of things I could have done differently, if I'm being completely honest, as Aqua Jet is not going to be able to knock him out. Oh, man. Alright, so GG to my man Q. He played this one really well. I really think I flubbed the endgame there. Because if I hadn't, I could have potentially been able to take this one home. As he's going to be able to break through with his ham sandwich. I mean, I guess my other play was just going for a Hurricane. I don't know what else I could have done, but... GG to him. He played this one really well, and just like that, we have unfortunately snagged our first L of this tournament. I'm not sure how to feel ultimately about this, but yeah, GG to him, man. He played really, really well. Congratulations to him because he really managed to outgun me this time. And yeah, we are 6-1 right now. The streak is unfortunately coming to a close, but our pursuits towards becoming the champion most certainly isn't gone by any means. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll try harder next week, and I'll see you all on the flip side.